You lazy layabout. Well, the cat's been ill 5 times to the vets in 4 days or something. Plenty of other stuff before we even got that far, and I was hoping to put out a number of films by now. Anyway, 9 days has passed or thereabouts. What typical disappointment. So anyway, here we go, armoured car. Hello folks, welcome back. Thank you for turning up if you've never been before and all of that. We're going to make one of these. An Airfix 1/35th Ferret Scout Car Mk2. And in case you're not aware, I did a small film pondering whether I should have all the hatches open or not, because it's a model that has millions of hatches. I'll put an end card. Get me. Well, I think I will. I might do. At the end of this, so you can go and find out the real ponderings. But the decision is to do it without hatches open, because I wanted it to look like a scout car, not something at a heritage display festival. So I've made a start, and I thought I should say hello and let everybody know just how far we've got so far. Oops. That was more bad camera work. Anyway, there it is so far. Because the hatches aren't going to be open, there's very little interior detail that I'm going to do. Which, the dogs are howling outside. Which is a shame in its own right, but the conclusion I came to is I could always buy another one and do it with the hatches open and stuff. First of all, it means I'm going to have lots of spares. Secondly, it means, well, interior detail is lost detail if you haven't got the hatches open and things. Which means we probably need to have a talk about interior detail. The other interesting thing is there's shed loads that goes in here. I wonder if I can turn these over. There you go. Look at all this. Little chairs. All sorts. Which is great. And I look forward to getting another one of these and building all that. But then, you don't get any engine. How about that? Isn't that odd? Interesting decision. Probably something to do with cost. There is one other thing though, which I do like, and I hope it shows up nicely. The sprue identification letter. Look at that, it's a stencil. Nice. I bet that's cost us all an extra 3 or 4 quid. But that's really good. As for the model, so far so good. There's a little bit over this side that wants to spring open, but that's about it. There's a little bit of glue squeezed up along there. But this will be in for another spray and clean up, so that's not a problem. So it is fitting together beautifully. And already we've kind of got a real... Oh, look, there's a gap there at the bottom. Already we've got a real solid structure, which is why I think I needed to put that in, because it provides a real that appears to be the cornerstone that's holding everything together. So nice, enjoying it so far. Haven't done much, but it's good. Lovely stuff. In many respects we're virtually there. Which is ridiculous. I suppose with things like the hatches, you've got, or the other thing for me is the painting. You get the basics. Don't know if I can find them now. You get the basic colours, you know, you get your little 56 aluminium that kind of thing. 33, 75. So you get all that. It doesn't really give you massive detail, does it? And then there's the wear and tear. You'd think that it might be very interesting to actually, I mean, look at all that. It might be interesting to dedicate as much time to showing the interior paintwork as it is exterior. I mean, I know these have all the markings on as well, but it would be good just to be sure, just to go with what the specific company thinks is right for their model. I mean, researching is fun actually, but it would make an interesting instructions magazine, I would imagine. But anyway, here we are. Big sturdy hull. How's it going? It's going alright, flying along. It's one of those where it just kept going and I didn't get time to stop. I have stopped because I'm doing things slightly in the wrong order. I thought I'll let these twiddly little poppets firm up before I start attaching things to them. One there has just dipped a little, that'll be salvageable. So I went off and I did the turret. And then I put the turret on just to check everything was alright, and it's such a tight fit I don't think I'm ever going to get it off again. It does turn. Yeah. So I'm stuck with that now. But that's where we're up to. How is it as a model? It is so far fantastic, with one major reservation, and that is the turret. That's the first time I really ground to a horrifying halt. It's one of those models where all the bits are like a house of cards. They all rely on one another to hold themselves up. I mean, it does have a kind of base plate, but the it gets by on ribs, if you see what I mean. Pardon me. There. You can see that, and it slots in there. And they are small. And really, they're too small for what's being asked of them. And I should have realised that beforehand. I had a look and I thought, yeah, no problem. But it doesn't quite work out. And I'm looking for a bit. This red plate here just seems to get in the way a little. So I trimmed it up. I've put the bits in, even though you're not going to see them, because I thought perhaps they'll provide a bit of support. Perhaps they're the key and the anchor and the cornerstone, etc. But it turns out they're not. So I'm now looking here at the gun. How am I going to get the gun in? That's a fabulous thing, isn't it? Well, actually, I don't want to do it now because everything is still rather fragile. But that plate will pop off. It's not glued. So I've tried earlier, and with needle nose pliers I can get it in and back out again, just. So with any luck I can do that again. So that's where we are at. I've now got to focus on the wheel arch gubbins, suspension and all of that. There we are. It's not too bad. Ooh, that panel's a bit iffy. Can you see that? Hang on. Not so happy with that. A little bit gappy. But anyway, there it is, coming along, going okay. Fiddly turret. Fiddly isn't the word. I don't know what. You buy it, you make it, you come to your own conclusions. Whoa, what a thought. And then lots of little funny little unrewarding knobbly bits to put on. But anyway, I'll get on. I've opened up the box, expecting to find the vehicle in there, and it's not. What have I done with it? Down to the knobbly bits. Look, all that. Can you see that? No. Look. I'll have to turn the computer off in the background, won't I? The carer's coming in for me, Dad. Oh goodness, welcome to my world. Oh, there it is. Look, doesn't it look lovely? Gun will go in a minute, and I think there's. And I want to put the what's it? I want to call it an untrenching plate. I don't mean that, do I? But you know, that thing with holes in. Swiss cheese. That's it. Oh, I thought I'd got the wheels level. And then I suppose it's markings, and then it'd be done. So, yeah. Oh, and I'm not. No, I'm not going to tell you. See if you can spot. But I know. Don't you worry. I know. I'm more than aware. It's funny how people point out things that you've got wrong. You've done this and that. It's like, well. Yeah, well, if you can see it, I certainly can. I know it. Ooh, but there it is. It is a good model. Go and get it. But a lot of fiddly bits, which is always a... Yeah, anyway, that's my thing. But you will probably love it. Will you? I don't know. Tell me. That was really presumptuous of me. Should never say anything like that. I hate those websites that go 10,000 things you don't know. I might know some of them. I might know nearly all of them. I might not know many, but you don't know what I know and don't know. Right, a jump into the future, kind of, if you see what I mean. A jump into now. I did a lot by accident, so here we are, and it is a lovely model, and I'm moderately okay with my workmanship. There have been a few issues, and some of them are largely of my own making. The one that's really getting me is I've knocked a wing mirror off. I shouldn't have told you that. I should have seen if anybody had noticed, shouldn't I? But anyway, there it is. One or two bits to go, but I stopped at this point, or I kind of deviated off the main course of putting things on to do a little bit of weathering. Not a lot. Just enough to get us through. So, I think it's time to put on the very last bits and tone a few things down. There's oddities that are occurring. Oh no,